Okay, let's dive right into this breaking real-time digital situation. Welcome to this explainer. Right now, we're tracking a live, unfolding event at the digital perimeter. And it's honestly a situation that challenges everything we've come to expect about instantaneous access in our modern age. We're monitoring a direct access attempt, basically, a user trying to make contact with a major server network. What should be this seamless, microscopic handshake has instead escalated into a total holding pattern. We're treating this as a live news brief today because the information we have coming in paints an absolutely fascinating picture of what actually happens when the systems we rely on suddenly throw up their defenses. And here's the very first piece of intelligence we received from the front lines of this connection attempt. 3 simple words: just a moment. Now, on the surface, that sounds polite, right? Almost conversational. But in the context of digital processing, this incredibly brief text acts as a massive, unexpected halt. It brilliantly illustrates a sudden, absolute loss of user control. I mean, 1 millisecond, you're in the driver's seat. You're clicking a link, you're expecting immediate entry. And the next, bam, you hit a wall. You are entirely stripped of your agency, kind of just frozen in this digital purgatory, forced to wait on some invisible gatekeeper to decide your fate. Okay, we have a breaking update coming in right now from the digital security perimeter, verification confirmed. Now, what's really interesting here is the psychological shift between these two states. Look at this stark contrast. On the one hand, you've got the initial pause. Just a moment. It's vague, it's tense, it's literally dripping with uncertainty. Like, are we being blocked? Is the system down? Are we suddenly flagged as a threat? But then compare it to the flip side. Verification successful. It's definitive. It's a green light. It's that immediate, rushing relief of a successful security clearance. The automated guards have inspected the credentials, checked the digital footprints, and completely cleared us of any malicious intent. We passed the test. To truly understand the gravity of this event, we've mapped out the timeline of this developing situation. And keep in mind, everything we're discussing is happening in rapid-fire succession. At exactly 0 seconds, we hit the pause. That's the initial shock, the unexpected roadblock of just a moment. Then, just a blink of an eye later, at roughly 1.5 seconds, we achieve perimeter clearance. The system proudly declares verification successful. So we're in, right? Actually, no, because just half a second later, at the 2.0 second mark, we slam into a completely new barrier. The standoff begins. The status abruptly shifts to waiting. This timeline is absolutely crucial because it shows us that proving you aren't a threat doesn't automatically mean you get to come inside. So, we've cleared the perimeter, but we are officially entering the live standoff. This is the current live status we are tracking right at this very moment, waiting for OpenAI.com to respond. This is a major cliffhanger, guys. We're knocking on the door. Our security badges have been scanned and approved, and yet the door remains shut. The lights are on, but literally nobody is answering. So the crucial point here is that despite clearing security, we are entirely at the mercy of the central authority's response. The power dynamic is completely one-sided. We can't force the connection. We can't bypass this. The information we have indicates a total dependency on the server side to acknowledge our existence and open those gates. It's basically a digital stalemate of the highest order. Wait, okay, the silence has just been broken. We have received official directives. The central authority has finally laid out its terms for engagement, and let me tell you, they are presented as stark, non-negotiable mandates necessary for survival. Or, well, digital survival anyway. Step 1, enable JavaScript. Step 2, enable cookies. Step 3, continue. There is no alternative route here. You can't just call customer service to bypass this. If we want this standoff to end, if we want that server to actually respond, we have to alter our own internal configurations to match their exact specifications. We literally have to bend to their technical requirements. Let's break this down to the absolute bare essentials, because the sheer simplicity and strictness of this final directive is pretty staggering. Mandate 1, JavaScript required. Mandate 2, cookies required. That's the entire deal on the table. The incoming information is crystal clear. Absolutely no further progress can be made without these two exact conditions being met. The server is demanding the ability to run scripts within our environment and the ability to leave tracking data cookies on our side of the connection. And until we offer up those capabilities, the standoff continues indefinitely. It really is a fascinating look at the hidden tollbooths of the internet. Which leaves us hanging in the suspense of this exact moment. We have the directives, we know the mandates, but it begs the ultimate question: if we comply, If we enable the JavaScript, if we accept the cookies, will that actually break this standoff? Will OpenAI.com finally respond? Or is this just another layer of the labyrinth? As we wrap up this explainer, I want you to think about how often you blast past these invisible checkpoints every single day, completely unaware of the high-stakes digital handshakes happening behind the scenes. So the next time you're told to wait just a moment, ask yourself, what are you actually waiting for?